So today I am going to make an attempt to move my one rhino iguana named Dusty Rose to this enclosure for temporary. He is with my other rhino iguana who was missexed and is also a male. And so he's keeping Dusty from food and water. So obviously that isn't going to work out. I have a outdoor greenhouse that I didn't have very good luck, being that I'm in a very hot climate, growing the vegetables that I wanted to grow. So what I'm going to do is use the frame of that and put screen caging on it, and then that will be Dusty's home for a while anyway. But until I get that done, he's gonna have to go in here. It's getting hot outside, and I don't ever see him come down to eat or drink. So it's getting to the point where they definitely need to be separated, and this is where he's gonna have to go for the time being. It is a 6-foot wide enclosure by 3 foot tall by 2 foot deep. The size that he is, it'll be a good enough enclosure. The reason I hate putting him in here is because he blows, and rhino iguanas blow salt snot basically, and it gets on the plexiglass and it covers it. Within a couple days, it's completely covered. And so rhino iguanas are definitely better in an outdoor enclosure, I would say. I'm sure there's some setups that could be done or things that could be adjusted to house one inside, but it's not exactly the best scenario for me, and definitely not with this enclosure here. So my attempt today is going to be to get him moved into here. He's, like I said, he's a little spazzy, and we'll see how it goes. I'm by myself. I'm gonna have to deal with my other rhino iguana, Blizzy, who is semi-tame, not 100% tame. So I'll have to deal with him, who is also in that enclosure, and then bring him up here. So we'll see how it goes. So to catch Dusty, I'm gonna wear some long, thick leather gloves that help protect me and give me a little bit of confidence when trying to catch him. The problem is he kind of swings around, and if you don't have a good grip on him, he can definitely get a hold of a finger. That's generally a worst case scenario. The problem is he can tear a good chunk of flesh off, and I work with my hands, so I need them in good working order, and I can't really risk a bite. So I'm going to do things the wimpy way and wear gloves, but I need to protect myself. So anybody that's got some bigger reptiles, I suggest always having a pair of these on hand just in case. There are some people that are amazing at handling reptiles and definitely very confident in putting their hands in the space of the reptile, and I would probably be a little more confident if I didn't have another career that requires my hands. And I've been in scenarios before where I hurt my arm and couldn't work, and that affects me making money, obviously. So I'm gonna take the more protective route of moving him and try to avoid a bite on my hands. So wearing these gloves, and we'll see how it goes. So here's my outdoor enclosure, and there's Blizzy, and then there's Dusty, the one that we gotta catch. And so what he's been doing is hiding up here and never coming down to get food or water. Basically he'll go there to get sun, but then never comes down. So I've got to get in here, and it's kind of a tight space as far as getting in there, just because there's all the different shelving and then the ramp. So I've got to try to get in here And then catch that guy right there. So, hopefully, he does not get in the way. So, we'll see how it goes, see what happens. So, for those of you who don't know, when you try to catch a rhino iguana, they like to poop and pee a lot. So, this will be fun, and so this is also the reason for gloves to avoid some of the poop and pee getting on me. So, we'll see how this goes. So what he's done and what he does is he goes up in here, he's hiding in there, and the only place he's coming out is he'll kind of sit on the edge here, or he'll sit on that little platform that I ended up putting up there. And he was out there, but the lawn guy next door scared him, and so he's up here, and so I'm trying to get him out. I don't know if the camera will focus, but I'm trying to get him out from that spot, and he's being difficult. But so far, Lizzie's staying out of the way. He's trying to figure out what's going on, but he doesn't like when he sees these gloves because he knows somebody's getting grabbed. So I'm fighting, trying to get him out of there. So we'll see if I can get him out without pulling that whole thing down, which would be a pain. This is to avoid getting peed on and carry this guy, but I'm trying to avoid getting peed on and pooped on or him escaping. So I think at this point, if he escapes, I don't know if I'll find him in my house. But so far so good. Pee running on my leg. But I'm gonna let him go and then get him some water. Let's see if he takes off. I'm just gonna let him kind of escape the sheet himself. So there he is in the sheet. Probably still wondering what's going on. He was in this enclosure before, so I don't know if he recognizes it or not, but it's been a little bit since he's been in here. So let's see if we can get him to go out without biting me. Oops, that didn't help. Bobbing his head. Come on, go out. There you go. He didn't like that at all. But all in all, went better than I thought it would. I was a little nervous about getting him up from that spot, and my other Rhino Guana Blizzy getting in the way. So he made it in here. So I got him some food and water. Got him some romaine lettuce, collard greens, and kale, and obviously a bowl of water. And so far he hasn't moved. He just kind of flicking his head a little bit, so he's still got some attitude. So overall went smooth. He didn't poop or pee on me, so that was good, and was able to get him out without having to pull all that mesh from the top off the outside enclosure. So this will be his space for a while till I can get the outside done. But you see how he compares to the enclosure as far as size wise. So he's got some space down below, some hides and stuff to go in, and then can, you know, climb up there. And then this was the main spot that you hang out to bask, obviously, and get UVB. So there's 4 UVB lights up there, so plenty of lighting, and that heat bulb gets nice and warm. And then the room temperature in here is about 79 to 80 degrees, so it's on the warmer side too. I'm actually sweating right now. So, but I guess that's all I got. I got him moved one step closer. Hopefully I can hurry up and get the outside enclosure built. Hopefully while he's back in here, I'm gonna try to periodically get him tamed down, just so I feel more comfortable with him outside, that he wouldn't, you know, if he did get loose or something, that he wouldn't just take off and run. So as you can see, not tame, but he's definitely workable. So just takes time, energy, and effort. So all right, well, I'll see you on the next one.